test specifications and test plan, the majorly will be defining that each and every board, the functional operation of each and every board will be depending upon the AT itself, automatic test equipment itself. Okay. So the test specifications and the test plan. So here we'll be checking out what were the specifications required for the testing, what are its specifications of testing, and what is the test plan also. Okay. So first one we'll be discussing all these are the test specifications. The first one, functional characteristics. Okay. Functional characteristics are determined with algorithms to be implemented. So in this, the first one is algorithms to be designed and implemented. Input output signal characteristics such as the timing, waveforms, signal levels, etc. Data and control signals behavior and clock rate. So the basic characteristics of functional testing are, we have to implement an algorithm, we have to check on what is an input output signal characteristics, that is what it depends upon the time, waveform, signal level, and we have to check on what is the data control signals in the sense what type of data you are going to send it. Okay. And what is its signal behavior and clock rate. And the next one comes out with the type of devices. Okay, type of devices. Type of devices comes out with logic or microprocessors or memories or analog circuits, etc. So in this, what happened, we can say that is what it is of a combination of both the analog and digital devices here. Okay, a type of devices. Physical characteristics. So physical characteristics in the sense that is what physically what the IC is developed or what the device is developed. Package type or pin assignment type, etc. So physical characteristics in the sense how the device is developed. Okay, it is of dual inline package type or pin configure type or so on. Okay, technology. So we have to check on what type of technology it is going to be used. Okay, if it is of TTL technology or ECL technology, emitter coupled logic technology, or else if it is of CMOS technology, or else if it is of some other HMOS technology, so on. We have n number of technologies, right? NMOS technology, like that. So technology will be representing CMOS or gate array or custom or standardized cells, etc. Environmental characteristics that represents with operating temperature range, supply voltage, humidity, etc. So it has to be compatible with the environmental characteristics also. Reliability, so acceptable quality level, defective parts per million, failure rate per 1,000 hours, noise characteristics, etc. So we'll be checking off each and every device with its reliability also. Reliability in the sense, accept quality of level, what were the defectives and the devices, components, okay, failure rate per each and every hour, and we'll be checking out what is the noise occurred within the component. Yeah, next one comes out with the test plan. Okay, so previous one is test specifications. Here we have one test plan. Okay, and the test plan, the type of test equipment and the type of test are specified. Okay, we'll be representing with type of equipment, test of equipment and test type also. Okay, the section of tester depends on parameters as throughput, clock rate, timing accuracy, test sequence length, tester availability and cost. Okay, so in this what happens, so the testing majorly rolls on the parameters such as all these terms, that is what throughput, clock rate, timing accuracy, test sequence length, tester availability and cost also. Okay, next one, the type of test may include parametric, functional, burn-in, margin, speed sorting, etc. So type of test can be sorted as with the terms as functional operational, functional parameters, or burn-in operation, or like margin operation, or speed sorting, etc. Okay, so that the test equipment depends upon the all these parameters, throughput, clock rate, and so on. The test type represents with the parametrics of functional, burn-in, margin, speed sorting. Okay, the fault coverage requirement should also be specified. So in the test plan, we have to specify where the fault is occurred and which device is said to be a faulty device. That should be specified over there within the test plan itself. The next one comes out with the tester. Okay, tester. So What is this? Who is this tester in the sense? The basic purpose of tester is to drive the input and monitor the output of the device under test. Okay, so basic operation is what in the sense the driver has to check the input. For example, if you insert any USB cable to your mobile or something, what happen? It takes some time, a few seconds to configure that device, right? As the same way, initially what happen? Initially the device is going to check it, test it. Either the interface device is compatible or not. That is going to verify that input. So the tester is to drive the input and monitor the output of the device under test. Okay. So as I said you on DUT previously, okay, device under test. It is checked on based on the device under test itself. Okay. Tester or properly known as an ATE, automatic test equipment. Okay, tester automatically known as an ATE. Fast changing VLSI technologies have been driven the development of a modern ATE also. So there is a change in the change in the technology, we have a changes in the ATE also, automatic test equipment. Selection of ATE for VLSI devices must be considered the specifications of the devices. So the type of testing equipment should be selected based on the application itself. What type of specifications you need, what is the consideration, and what type of application it is, that should be known, and we'll be using that equipment also. Major factors of speed, clock rate and devices, timing, scope, accuracy, number of input-output pins, etc. So major factors can be represented based on the clock rate of the devices, timing, accuracy, number of output pins also. Other considerations in the selecting a tester or cost, reliability, serviceability, easy of programming, etc. So here what happened, the other considerations are nothing but the reliability one thing, serviceability other thing, and easy programming. So why? Because the tester has to know the programming level also. Okay, what type of program is used within the devices, either it is a Verilog programming or VHDL programming or some other built up within C programming, high level programming or not, that should be known to the tester itself. Okay, so when you go for the companies as a tester, what happened? You have to know all these things itself. Okay. Next, test programming. Okay, what is the procedure of test programming in a sense? The test programming has been differentiated in three terms. Okay, three levels. So before going for the three types of things, so we'll be discussing a few points over there. Okay, yeah. These are our test program, the digital test vectors and the analog test waveforms. So what is the test programming in the sense? Within the device under test, when the device is under test is set to be mounted, okay, in the tester, mounted in the tester. Okay, so we'll be checking on with all the requirements. That is what the first one comes out with the test programmer. Okay, so for to say in a simple way, for example, if you have one processor, okay, to check the processor, what happened? You have to know the instruction set, right? Instruction set. That is what it is a basic thing of the processor to be known. Okay, if you know the instruction set, so that what happened, you can modify the programming, you can change the interrupt operation, you can change the operational level of memory organization, all that can be done by using of instruction sets itself. So here also in the testing programming also, before you are going to check the device, you have to know the basic thing on which level the device is set to be operating. Okay, so that is what the first thing you will be coming out with the test program, and thereafter you'll be going for the device test. That is what digital test vector, initial operation. Okay, and also with the analog test waveforms. Okay, so test programming in the sense it's the front end, digital test vector in the sense that is what it is the initial operation, what is the logic is changed in the circuit or whatever the changes done. Okay, and the analog test in the sense it checks based on the what is the clock rate, operating frequency, and what is the input all operating voltage and current levels, all that can be checked over there. Until recently, test programs were written manually. So previously, up to previously, that is what it is written as a test programs are written manually itself. Okay, and later on we have advanced tools such as CAD tools. Okay, which were used in the latest technologies. So tester specifications and the information of the information on type of the test is obtained from test plan itself. Okay. So tester specifications and the information of the type is test based on the test plan itself. Physical data and the devices, pin locations, wafer map, etc. are obtained from the layout itself. Okay. So physical data on the device, that is what how many pins it is required, how many pins it required to place the device, and what were the connectivity term. Okay. Wafer map, all these things can be designed based on the layout itself. Okay. Timing information on the signals and the test vectors, input and expected responses are obtained from the simulator. So this timing, the operating speed or the timing limit, the input and output responses, all that can be represented through the simulator itself. Okay. So testing program is going to be differentiated with the 3 levels. One is of test specifications, the next one is the physical data, and next one is timing information. Okay. So here you can see the basic block. Okay. So test programmer is going to get the input from the test program generator. Okay. The test program generator is how it is going to be generated in the sense. First one, it is going to check on with the device specifications. First, if you know the device specification, what happened? You are able to build one device module. So firstly, you'll be checking out with the device specification, and thereafter you'll be going for the architectural and logical design verification and tester generation also. Okay, after knowing the specifications, you are able to design the architectural model and logical design operations, all these things, and you will be sent for the physical design operation. And if you once got the physical design, it is able to test for the program. And before that, if you have any vector editor, if you want to change the modifications or check the logical operations or changes in the pattern, all that can be done in the vector editor and send it for the test programmer. So in between we have a vectors there also. And from the device specifications, we can directly do the test plan. Okay. Test plan in the sense that is what the type of test, timing specifications or vector specifications or generation of the logical inputs or whatever it may be, that can be done in the test plan itself and will be pointing to the test program generator and from there to the test program. So totally the testing program can be configured from device specifications, architectural and logical designs, and the vector editor, physical design also, and test plan. Okay, so all these comes to one combination to form as a test programming.